Hello, good morning to you, and many thanks for joining us. You're watching Galaxy today, coming to you from Galaxy Television this Thursday. My name is Justin Akadonye.
And is joined by Uche Onyekuluji. Like you rightly said, it's Thursday morning and the very first day in February 2018.
Yes, it is. Yes, Happy New Month to you.
Exactly. And then, of course, being a new month, and of course, is a whole lot of people who have made so many resolutions. Well, we say some of us don't believe in that, but whatever it is, this is a new month. And then today we'll be looking at a topic that is peculiar to the married people. I mean, we're looking at why married men and women cheat. I wish I could ask Justin this question, but he's not married.
Okay, let's not even begin to go there. Yes, marriages are supposed to be for better, for worse, whatever it is. But it's supposed to be a lifetime institution. It's supposed to be a lifetime
commitment.
But sometimes some things go all right, and you kind of wonder why a happy couple will be having issues with infidelity. What is the issue? Is it the case of the other woman, the case of the other man, the case of the ever-recurring ex? We'll be looking at all of those issues surrounding infidelity, why married men, women cheat. On the show with us, morning. So you just want to sit back and relax, because it promises to be a very exciting one. You can participate by sending SMS on the numbers that will be displayed on your screen shortly, and of course interact with us via our various social media platforms using the hashtag Galaxy today. Okay, let's
exactly. I really can't wait to start this session. All right, we have two guests in the studio. The first is Tayo Lushola, a family life and behavioral change coach, and of course, he's joined by Bridget, a lesson family life coach. Good morning and welcome to Galaxy today.
Morning, Bridget. Morning,
okay, Tayo. I love the fact that both of you are family people, so of course you understand what family is already. Okay, so let's go straight to what the topic is. It says, why do married men and women cheat? There's this notion that men are the ones who cheat, not women.
I don't even get started.
Hold on, Justin. I'm just saying what people think. And that we do know some married women cheat too. So let's start with the ladies. It's the ladies first, right?
After the men.
Oh, yeah. Before men. Okay, so why do you think married men, women cheat?
There are a lot of reasons, basically, that anyone would take, to say, okay, I'm cheating. But then I always say this, and I got taught very well by my mentor. And going through my own researches, I found out that it's different for people. Because one, the background you're coming from, we accept it that it's a man's world.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of men, men are polygamous in nature.
Yeah.
And so when you say you're polygamous in nature and say, there's this animal behavior and co, but we tend to forget that animals, they have their behavior in terms of food, in terms of sexual mating and things like that, and they don't exhibit some of the behaviors that we exhibit. So we tend to take what will suit us and say, is the animal instinct, is the animal behavior, and we don't take all of that behavior that we expect from the animal. So that's one. Then two, the person's temperament, where the person is coming from, the kind of person the person is as far. Some temperaments are more open to being friends with people, some are closed, so it depends on who you are. And then I will share these 3 P's I always share, which is places, the people, and passion. So who are the people you're close to? When you say people that you're close to, okay, it depends on my kind of person. If, for example, I like people that are as outgoing as I am, and then I spend more time with them, e.g. in a place where probably I'm holed up with a guy in an office, and we see ourselves like 12, 15 hours compared to I see my husband or my partner. So what will happen if we have the same interest, similar interest, have the same passion for probably books or for things that I like? We like to go dancing, and your partner at home, your husband is not that type of person, or your wife is not that type of person. And then you just generally, person is passionate about what you're passionate about. You have the right place. Sometimes it's in the gym. Sometimes it's in church. Sometimes it's in the mosque. It's somebody you see all the time. And then you have the similar passion. What will happen? Those 3 things will make you, if you are not careful, you don't have boundaries in place. Because with adultery, it's a boundary thing. With fornication, whatever it is, it's a boundary thing. So if you don't have, those 3 P's are things that will throw you against your values if you are not careful. And so once you are passionate about something, the person is passionate about it, it shows you with that person. You want to see the person all the time. Yes. Sometimes, so
Yeah.
when you're closely with that person all the time, you know, and then it depends on the kind of person you are. So your love language, you like somebody telling you, oh, you look fine. Oh, I see Brother Tayo now. I'm like, oh, you look very good. You are this. And probably his wife does not say the same thing to him. He wants to hear me talk. So whenever he dresses, I become his mirror. He comes, I'm like, guy, you look good. Your shoes, are they skin? Are they leather? Are they, you know? What am I doing?
But what happens to the place of communication in all of this? If the guy likes to get all this attention and likes to hear these good things from the wife, and he's not getting it from the wife and he's getting it from a colleague from the office, why doesn't he just communicate with the wife, darling, I love this thing, so why don't we do it this way? I mean, Taya, I'm asking you now.
Well, good. That's exactly where I'm going. Because really, I want us to start from the fact that relationship, marital relationship especially, is one of the most difficult relationships. Don't let us undermine that. The fact that two people from different backgrounds are coming together to live together. So infidelity or cheating itself is basically the violation of their assumed agreement or stated agreement. You understand? So if there's something, like I want to say that there are two reasons basically. One, because the relationship itself has broken down. Two, because of personal or what I will call individual problem. So if the relationship has broken down, based on what you have said, I want something from my wife that is not giving me. Is it cheating? That is the answer?
No.
Not. I feel communicating it and say, this is what I would like you to do. This is the way I love being appreciated. I think that will have solved the problem. The truth is that we don't value the relationship in the first instance. That's why we don't attach importance to it, and we feel that we can
some
treat
people
it.
even have been pressured into getting into the marriage relationship in the first instance.
Yes, and because you feel that the only choice you have is to go out to seek what you can't get in your relationship. Of course, people say that's the only choice. But the truth is that we help people to open up more choices. Because there are more choices than you think. There are more possibilities than you think. So instead of you going out, there are ways you can actually get what you want in any of your relationships.
Okay. Talking about that, I'd like us to look at taking it from what she said. Like maybe you like words of affirmation, someone telling you this. Some people is receiving gifts. Now, but to some people, they feel I'm not cheating. The fact that I don't have to get physically involved with someone, but you know you are emotionally attached to someone. Is that not some kind of cheat? Because a lot of people think until you get physically involved. So when exactly does cheating start?
Okay. Let me put it this way. If, for example, as a married woman, I see another man and I'm more excited at seeing him than I'm excited at seeing my husband. We all have an emotional bank, you know? So there's something you do to fill that bank. So it's either you're making a deposit or you're making a withdrawal. So if being married to my husband, for example, and every time he makes a deposit, probably he doesn't speak my love language, he doesn't affirm me, he doesn't spend quality time, you know, the things that I love he's not doing, and then he's probably not my temperament. And so we have, yes, unlike they say attract. So whatever attracted me to him is what will not be a problem later. Because the first thing is, oh, this is what I'm not. So I'm attracted to the person that is, and we come together. And by the time we come together, like, he's still not talking. Probably he talked while we were courting. You know how you date and you are so excited about the person, you say so many things, and then you get in. And then you are suddenly quiet. And I'm waiting for more. Oh, I've heard you talk. Okay, talk more. And then the issues of life come. Pressure of work. Probably you start having kids, and then you just find yourself drifting apart. If you're not deliberate, if you're not deliberate in making deposits, into your emotional bank, it's not something you want to do. Some people walk into those affairs without even knowing it. Because then the person is saying something good and it's okay. It fits their ego. It's saying something and they crave for it. They want it. And so every time, even when you're not supposed to go to the next room where the person is, you just want to go there just to see him smile at you, just to see her smile at you. That's a danger sign. So when you start getting all of that, that you prefer this person that you are not married to more than the person you're married to is a danger sign.
issue.
Cry out.
Okay,
and
she cried.
talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have another question to ask. A whole lot of people would say there is nothing wrong with a harmless flirting, and sometimes it starts with that. But where do we know, or when do we know how to draw the line when it comes to flirting and saying things about someone who is not actually your spouse? Chaya.
Okay, I will put it this way. Cheating, infidelity is every form of unfaithfulness in a marital relationship, and it ranges from sexual contact to emotional and every form of secrecy. I come again.
Yeah.
So that with that definition, you'll be able to put all this in perspective. Cheating, infidelity, they are synonyms.
Yeah.
So they are every form of behavior that we can term unfaithfulness in a marital relationship that ranges from sexual contact to what? To emotional and every form of secrecy. So if you like sitting with somebody else that is not your spouse and you enjoy the company, it's cheating.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you go on your phone,
Yeah.
there's what we call sex phone.
Yeah, sexting. Yeah.
There's sexting. There are times you just sit down on your phone. Why do you think men password their phone? Why do you think women password their phone? If there are nothing that they are keeping secret, every form of secrecy is cheating. You understand? So the fact that he said you like compliment from somebody else in the office, and all you are waiting for is that I'm dressing for her today, because as soon as you get to the reception, she's going to say, wow, you are looking beautiful. That's what you want to hear. You are only permitted to hear that emotional voice from your spouse at all.
I don't get it. So invariably, my colleague cannot really pass a compliment on me or something, or maybe something something to make me feel good. Is
Good. When it's becoming emotional,
Okay.
and you are actually seeking for it. You know, you are seeking gratification
From
from
a
somebody,
particular
from a
person.
particular person,
Okay, it
aside
becomes-
your spouse. It's like you are holding your wife and you are going, and at the back you are holding another woman. This is the rightful person you're supposed to be holding, but you are actually hanging onto somebody else. And that person is feeding your emotion instead of your wife being the one that is permitted to do it. So this is psychological, and when it begins to grow, whatsoever is not without contact, as long as it begins to grow in your heart, those simple words will turn to touching, those touching will turn to a kiss one day, and that kiss will turn to a contact one day, and before you know it, you will wonder, this wasn't what I was planning for. I didn't bargain for it. People who cheat, majorly most of the time, don't plan for it. But they don't know that there are boundaries. And when you cross these boundaries, you find yourself to be blamed.
Okay, so can we take it further? In a place whereby you know that you have this colleague whom you similarly are attracted to, and you just enjoy the compliment. And it gets to a stage, because I'm saying my own mentality now, it gets to a stage where you feel you're becoming too close. Would you advise that you involve your partner? Okay, let me say, is it wise to keep a close friendship with an opposite sex and your partner is not involved in that friendship? Because I also think that could lead to cheating. So would you say it is wise?
Let me put it this way. It depends on what you do. For one, I coach and mentor men. So I am one woman that if somebody comes to my door by 11 p.m., sometimes it's not my husband is coming to see. It's me. You know, and so if my husband does not understand who I am as a person and there's no trust between the two of us, then there will be a red flag. So anytime I'm doing anything with anybody, I put him in the know. Oh, this is the person I'm talking to. This is what is happening. And as much as it's possible, he gets to meet them. That is not enough. You as a person needs to set boundaries. So if you're a doctor and most of your patients are female, you're a gynecologist, for example, you can stop touching or talking to them, but you touch them within the confines of your office when there is a need for you to examine a woman, not just see a woman on the street and touch because you are her doctor or things like that. So we must understand. That's why from the get-go I said boundaries. So you can be friends with the opposite sex. I have friends that are males. My husband has friends that are females, but there are boundaries. I, for one, I always tell people, if you are communicating with your husband and you know what he likes, what he says and everything, you will pick a name that is constant, especially when you talk and you have a certain level of trust with each other. Because the major problem with all of this is breakdown in communication. When you're not communicating, I've seen guys that will tell their wives, babe, anytime I see this girl coming, this is how I feel. He's not saying I'm going to sleep with her.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So I always tell women, can you handle the truth when the man comes and tells you, this is how I feel?
But some people would rather not even want to discuss issues like that with
It's
them.
about relationship. How did you start your relationship? I used to manage events. And so in managing events, I find myself in places where normally you would tell a married woman should not be. And when I get there, I'm like, call my husband. Guy, guess where I am now? Like, where? Say, you won't believe it. I'll name the place. And then he's like, wow. I say, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Why? If somebody sees him a few hours ago and say, I just saw your wife in that joint. Oh, hey, this girl. He's like, I know. This is why she's there. And sometimes these are the people I'm with. Same thing he does. Oh, I'm late in the office. I'm still there. I'm doing XYZ. These are the people I'm with. Do you want to say hello to them?
Yes.
What is it doing? Building trust.
Okay. All right, it's still Galaxy TV, and we're looking at why married men women cheat. You can be a part of this discussion, like we said. All right, welcome back. It's still Galaxy today. I must say that I'm already getting interesting text messages from all of you. I will be dealing with that in the course of the show. Now, Bridget, let me ask you. Before we went on break, I just painted a scenario. That was actually a situation with one of my friends. Actually, he was dating two girls. Eventually, he had to settle for one, although he didn't tell the other one that he was getting married. But apparently, she found out. But now this other girl is still trying to stage a comeback. Each time she asks to meet up with him, but he is scared that he doesn't want to cheat on the wife, but he doesn't want to just push the girl completely away because over the years, the girl had been very helpful, to him.
Husband to boundaries. You're married to one, you're not married to the other. So what I would say, depends on the wife's temperament as well, is to see if she can be your accountability partner, to say, this is what this girl is looking for. If it's a genuine thing, like, okay, you do business with her, or there's something that brings both of you together, you can't just say, because I'm married, bye-bye, So you need to use wisdom. But from the get-go, I'm not a married man, spell it out to her. There won't be anything beyond what we're doing together if there's business. And if there's no business, there's no need tagging her along. I am married. That's the end of the story, because it depends on what you want. For him, he might, want both worlds. This one is there, that one. But if you're really genuine in your love for your wife, then there's no need for that friendship. If you know that it's not going to end well, because you end up wasting her time. You end up, how do I say it now? Also putting yourself in the middle, and then being unfaithful to your wife. Because how do you explain to her? Even she's an ex, let her remain that. If it's business, let your wife know so that there's a check.
Actually, it's not business, because the girl is the one pressing.
Then you just tell her, back off.
I want to hear from the man.
Well, I believe that there should be a full disclosure.
Okay.
For everyone going into any relationship, especially marital relationship. So if I have two girls I was interested in and I finally choose you, I think that it is my responsibility to make my wife to know that I have this person too. And I expect you to be my accountability partner so that you can put a check on me. The fact that she's my ex does not mean that I will not still have a relationship. You see, one thing we should understand is that relationships don't die.
Yeah,
they are alive. And the fact that I didn't marry you does not mean that I will still not have a relationship with you. Because in the first instance, it may not even be a marital relationship that brought us, for example, we could be colleagues in the office.
Yeah.
So I think that I should disclose that to my wife so that along the line, when my wife sees that my relationship is going beyond what is supposed to be, she can put a check on me.
Okay, but in the case like this where she knows you're married, she's not coming for any other thing. She's just coming for what you guys shared in the past. Now, this is, I don't know, because I'm a woman, I know you understand. This is a woman who is emotionally attached to this person. And probably, if you ask me, probably there's an intention.
Good.
The guy might not fully understand. And she is coming not for business, not for work whatsoever. She's just coming probably because she feels whatever we shared cannot just die. And this is a girl who understands your weakness as a man. If she wants to get you, she knows what to do. And now the man is crying out for help. What do you expect him to do at a situation like this?
If the man is not crying out for help, the man has agreed, is aware that he's having a problem. So the first person he needs to inform is my wife. And in those days, I used to be a marketer, the head of corporate marketing over a financial institution.
Okay.
And I know what we face outside there.
Yeah.
We've seen women who told us that if I'm going to give you this transaction, then there must be a relationship. That was the day I have to call on my wife. I said, someone is about to hold me and kiss me by force. Yes. It happened. Scream to the world. Who will you scream to? Huh? You understand? So she's aware. As long as your spouse is aware, your wife will help you a lot. You understand? And because you will be able to, in fact, there was a client that came to me. I have to set them up. And I said, okay, you and your wife, go and visit the man at home. He's your boss, am I right? He's trying to pull you. Tell your husband about it. Let your husband be your accountability partner. And suddenly go and visit your boss at home. I said, okay, we just come to greet you. Meet my husband. And find a way for your husband to be a friend to your boss. One way or the other, there are so many therapies that we can suggest. We're like doctors. If we give this one, it doesn't work, you come back. We look at it again because there is no one particular solution. This is a dicey case. She's aware that you are married and she still wants you by all means. And you have told your wife. Your wife can't kill her, but the two of you have to work together to a point whereby you can manage her and make her to understand that this relationship cannot stand. They are both married.
Okay, so still talking about awareness, I've had some crazy situations that I'm like, who does this in this world? You see a woman who would say, I mean, I've heard it, even young ladies, they are aware their men cheat. The man is aware the lady cheats. I understand there's a place of forgiveness, but not when it's a continuous act. And they make it feel like, I'm cool. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So what do you say in a situation like that?
Is the nurturing, because it's the person that teaches you how to sing that you sing like. Who taught you marriage? If your mom, you know, accepted it, that's how men are. You know, they will always have girlfriends outside. I don't mind. There are some women that knows their husbands, you know, girlfriends, and we entertain them at home. And they know that the men are sleeping with them and everything. They even get gifts from them. Maybe the woman is far richer than her, and oh, it's my husband's money or it's her money and she's enjoying it. I'm the one at home, you are the one out there. They don't mind. Some people don't even mind. Say, oh, come and help me. Or maybe the guy has high libido. And so, oh, I can't, you know, this, that, because she too probably doesn't have, how do you call it now, doesn't know herself sexually. And so she doesn't enjoy sex with the husband. So, oh, I can't do this. You can get help. Some women don't mind. So in such a situation where a girl has seen such thing happening to a mom, she didn't mind. Oh, it said that men are polygamous, this, leave them, provided they don't bring them home, they don't do this. She doesn't mind.
Okay, let's talk about
the
place of overbearing, jealousy, and of course, nagging. Let me just take this question. Now, this one says, I am a married man, a nurse by profession. I have some female friends, and anytime I introduce them to my wife, she becomes jealous.
Okay.
Well, it's natural for a female to exhibit such a behavior. And I feel that what the man's supposed to do is to actually take time to explain to his wife. You understand? See, women sometimes, it's from their background. Can you imagine a woman who stayed with her sister and the husband comes late in the night, and at the end of the day, they got to know that the man has an affair. And she got married, and her husband also started coming late in the night, and she just generalized that my husband must be having an affair. You understand? So the woman who is exhibiting this behavior and being jealous while the husband is introducing his female friend, she's coming from somewhere. She's coming from some memories, some experiences are prompting a choice of behavior. So the husband should not just be angry, should take time to make her to understand that. Have you had experiences in the past? Is it that you don't even have good relationship from where you are coming from to that now you are doubting that people could actually have relationship with females without any string attached.
Yes.
So
Some
in
people
that,
don't believe that.
you
Yeah,
see,
some people
so in that regard, the man may also seek help for his wife. Because the man may be truthful and is still battling with the fact that how could my wife believe that every female I introduce to her, I have a relationship with them?
What if he had a
Can I
past with
say
things
something?
like that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let me say this. It depends on how he's also doing it. There are men that, temperament-wise, they are touchy-touchy, you know? And then the touchy-touchy is, okay, you're introducing your colleague, and you're like, this person, I'm a human being. I might not even care based on my temperament. But when you keep touching, you keep calling a name, these are red flags for me as far as I'm concerned. So if I don't love you, you can touch from head to toe, nothing. But if you're my man, as a woman, I should react. So you introduce Paulina to me today, and you're like, Paulina, a chick, you are stroking a chick. And normally you don't stroke my chick at home. Do you get what I'm saying? Tomorrow you are Angelina. This is a shoulder you are rubbing and massaging. You don't massage me at home. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
It's a red flag. So I will nag, I will talk. Your relationship with these people, mind it. I'm not saying don't introduce me, but there's a limit. How will you like it if a guy comes and say, my babe, put hand on my waist and say, your wife is my girlfriend? Or will you like it? So sometimes what we do to our wives and we feel we should take it, you won't even take half if another man even calls your wife
Okay,
at a
because
certain time.
There's also another notion where they feel this thing is tribalistic. They feel it's common to a particular tribe than the other tribe. I mean, I've had a girl tell me outright that I don't mean to spoil any tribe here. They said she can't marry a Yoruba man. And then I'm like, why? She said, no, I can't. That is a norm. It's just a belief that when you have a wife, or more, you must have, if not to at least one. Having one means he's even decent enough. And she went on and didn't. So in a situation like that, let's talk to you now.
Well, I think it's a perspective. Every, how will I call it now? Every state have this stigma people put on them.
Yeah.
But it's a generalized statement, you understand? Like research have shown that both male and female cheat. And in fact, it's almost equal now.
Yeah.
It's just that the reason why male and female cheats are different.
Yeah.
You understand? But it's very real now. And that's why I'm saying that it's not about a town, it's not about a place, it's not about a person. It's about what is actually going on in a relationship and what the individual is, personality is. So that's what will determine whether somebody is going to cheat or not. So if the lady is saying that it cannot marry from this social area because it is true that they will always cheat, it's a perspective.
Okay. What about the case of where a man actually cheats on the wife and they just got married? It's not been a long time. They've not even been married for a week, and the man goes on cheating, even before the wedding night. You know, he tries to play out with the boys. You know, I mean, those are the. I mean, what do you do?
I love that statement.
He was doing it, yes.
It sounds like an experience
doing
you're
it,
aware of.
yeah.
You know what? Like I mentioned two reasons, major reasons why issues that leads to cheating. The second one is the individual problem. It could be as a result of an abuse, a molestation, an experience while growing up, and suddenly it makes the person to be high demanding and not being able to actually stay with one girl or one woman. And also it could be as a result of a whack belief that I'm not cut out for monogamy. In our place, our self-esteem is built around you being able
Having
to
multiple
do it
partners.
Yeah, women can control.
Exactly, you understand? So those are whack belief. It's coming from somewhere. So if somebody even at the what do you think on earth will make somebody at the night of your wedding to still want to go out? It's more than just anything. So it could be a psychological problem too. Such a person needs help and need to see a therapist.
All right, good day. I'm in a relationship with my woman. She always chats with the opposite sex, and sometimes she deletes most of her conversations. Sometimes I get to see some. Please, what should I do?
Trust issues already. You know, so she has trust issues. She can't, you know, when you talked about passwording, I had to password my phone last year because a friend lost her phone and then her phone was use our account. You know, the person typed and removed all the money from our account because she had a bank app in there, you know. So I had to do that, but basically my husband knows my password.
Exactly, yes.
Same thing with these. So the phone is there, so there's no secrecy. If I see anything, and like I tell people, I will not sit down as a woman to say, let me go through my husband's phone. What is he hiding?
That's it. You see what you're
Are you getting me? Because whatever you see will be your headache. But then, for trust's sake, we talk and I trust him. But if I see anything that is a red flag, what am I really doing there? It's not as if, okay, I tell people, when it comes to trust with phone, if I'm open to you with my body, what is your phone?
Exactly.
You understand? So it's not an issue for us, but we've built it over time. I'm not going to say, because it's working like this for me, you must have this. You're coming from somewhere. We've kept saying that you're nurturing where you're coming from, your experiences in life, you know. So for that man, he needs to sit down to say, if this will go further, we need to be open. The good book says they were naked and not ashamed. We need to open up to each other. This one that you are deleting, what are you deleting? Anything can be used against you. And people don't even understand that we've come to that point where things we text and whatever can be stored and tomorrow people can manipulate. So be careful. Set boundaries for yourself. So if you are deleting already, what says you will not delete as a married woman?
Exactly.
So he needs to get help and talk to her.
When a man's wife traveled and he's in the mood, what will he do? McLeod is asking from Ghana.
When
A man's wife travels and is in the mood. He travels this week, he's in the mood. He should go out. He's an animal. Sorry, I'm saying that. That doesn't make sense.
it's in the mood.
And so?
So what's going to look for? The wife is not around. He's not. She's
Is
not
she
around.
gone forever?
Is she gone forever? Before you married, so what were you doing?
So what happened in the case the relationship now, or the marriage now becomes a long distance one for a bit?
Longer than what?
A long distance one for a bit.
Oh, that would be their own challenge. Why? Because personally, I don't subscribe to marriage by correspondence.
Definitely.
I call it marriage by correspondence. Your wife is there for 1 year, and you are here. You are deceiving yourself. You are a man.
Not even a man, a woman too.
For a woman, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you see, you are in a marriage not because you want to be sitting down together in the house eating alone. Sex is vital to the sustenance of a marriage. So why are you keeping yourself apart for so long? To an extent that you'll be tempted. Wherever your wife is, travel to the place and go and give yourself a nice time, then you can come back.
Okay. I like the fact
That's
that
it.
distance.
Can I say this too?
Okay.
Everybody has a sexual threshold. For some people, it's longer. People will say women can stay.
Yeah.
You know that no, not every woman. So it depends on your temperament. It depends on who you are, your sexual awareness, and then we all have a sexual threshold. So if you know that within 2 months, I can't stay beyond 2 months. I can stay for 2 months, and after 2 months, I go crazy. That every woman I see, I start imagining things. Then you must not take a job or do what will keep you apart for more than 60 days. For some, it's 3 months. For some, it can be 1 year. So they can say, okay, I'm taking a cold bath. Okay, I'm talking on the phone, you know, with phone, Skype and whatever. That is for both of you. But then if you are the one that was, okay, take a nude picture of yourself, send to your husband's phone and stuff like that, something can happen to his phone and it gets into the wrong hand. And then your picture is taken and manipulation is done and stories come out. So we need to be careful. So in being careful is to understand yourselves, your sexual threshold, and don't start this issue of I'm looking for greener pasture. Because sometimes that's what keeps them apart. And they go abroad for months, for years. Sometimes you don't hear from them and then you're telling the woman to wait forever. How long?
Okay.
Even the man.
Okay, but then in between this, I'd like us to also dish out tips for those who are already in this mess.
Okay.
How do they handle it? I've heard cases where a woman would say he bottles up a lot. Each time I complain about this, he gets smarter. Or sometimes his ego comes in to say, come on, I'm the man, you know. So how do you handle, now that, let's say these people, you already know that your partner is cheating and you want to save your marriage, how do you go about
Handle it and also re-establish trust.
Trust, exactly.
Okay. Let me start by saying that the case of infidelity is not something that can be handled within a spark of time.
Yes.
It really takes time. But one thing that is very important is for the one that is cheating to be remorseful.
I'm ready to
If
change.
he's aware that he's cheating and he accepts that he's cheating and he accept that it's wrong, and it feels remorseful or is remorseful about it, then healing is around the corner. You understand? So even for the spouse that feel cheated on, you understand, we need to work with him or her, because it's not easy for him or her to let go. It's going to take some time. So if we're not getting a response to you to come back to trust, we shouldn't be in a hurry. We should let the one that cheated, that is now feeling remorseful, to understand that she didn't get into this suddenly, so she cannot leave it suddenly. We need to keep on working together till the trust is reinstated. However, if we have someone who has not accepted, who said, no, I don't agree with you, it's your perspective, that is a bit difficult. So what we're going to do is becoming obstinate, or she's becoming obstinate. What we're going to do is to work with the woman or the man that is at the receiving end, to make her to have more possibility and choices, so that she won't resort to, okay, maybe what I should do is to kill him. Because killing does not solve the problem. Or to resort to say, I'm going to divorce him. Divorce does not solve the problem. You understand?
Or becoming like that person.
I'm telling you, or becoming like that person, it won't solve the problem. So we will sit down with that person in such a way that he or she will be able to give a good meaning that leaves him or her in an empowered mode. Because one thing is that when you give the situation a meaning that disempower you, you feel incapacitated, it can result to emotional illness. And before you know it, you can be sick. And you may even die, leaving the man to continue what he's doing. Or the woman to continue what she's doing. But is your life all about him, or is your life all about her? No. Is there any way you can look at the situation? When you said, the person said he feels cool about it, I was about to say that it's not all the time that it's about the person that nurtured or nurtured it. It's just feeling that, well,
we can get away with
am I going to destroy myself because of what he's doing? You understand? Instead of me destroying myself because of what he's doing, can I do something about my life so that my life can keep on moving while I'm still hoping that one day it will change? So that's what, when we have an obstinate partner that is cheating, you understand, that's what we do with the other partner, so that the person can still be a human being, so that by the time the man repents and comes back, he will be able to meet a healthy woman emotionally. Because by the time, see, it's been proven that infidelity don't last forever.
Really?
Yes. Why? Because I have my wife that I love. Basically, for men, it's not because they love that other woman. Women that cheat actually love the man they are cheating with. But men, why is it that men goes to the brothel? Is it because they love the person they are sitting with, sleeping with? No. They just want to have fun. But women will not do that. They won't go to brothel to go and have fun. It's because they actually love that man. You understand? So that's why I'm saying that for men, it's not going to last forever, because suddenly they will realize that, well,
there's no life in this.
They want to come back. So, but by the time he's coming back, is he going to meet the woman that can actually handle it? That's why we work with such a woman to say, see, your life can move on irrespective of what this man can do. So don't kill yourself.
All right. We're still talking about rendering help to people with issues. Now, Bridget, let me throw this one to you. What will you say? It's a question from one of our viewers. He says, what will you say about a man who promised a marriage to another lady along the line she has a baby for him, and that he secretly married another one without telling the lady, the baby mama? So what does, well, I mean, how would you advise this to treat parties in this case?
The truth is, we keep telling people abstinence will save you a lot, will help you in so many ways. We understand that the society we live in now is so permissive and anything goes. But when you are giving whatever you're supposed to give to your husband for free, what do you expect? So he's eating his cake, cleaned his mouth, and moved on. There's nothing to you anymore. And the other one probably told him, without a ring, you won't see my pants. And then that's where he decided to go to. You understand? So forgiveness, I wanted to say something when he was talking. First of all, if the person is cheating, don't ever put yourself down the reason why he's cheating. Forgive yourself. Because there are some men that, you know, as they will say, a good wife should, you know, fill the husband's stomach and empty his scrotum. You know, at the end of the day, you making love maybe twice, thrice, 3 times a day. But he's that type that is never satisfied, probably as a result of abuse or the hype that he gets that, okay, I'm controlling women. So there are people like that. So don't ever put yourself that, oh, it's because of me, my husband or my wife went out. It was a decision by that person. It wasn't your decision. It was a choice the person made to cheat.
But some men would say that they have overbearing and nagging wives.
We agree. That does not change anything, because
It's
if
never
you
an
have
excuse.
control, there are men that have wives that you practically call witches and they've not gone out.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
choice.
It's a choice. So committing adultery is a choice. You probably, okay, I'm in an emotional state, or there's an excuse. That's your excuse. But you as a person, don't hold yourself responsible. Oh, my man cheated because I didn't give him enough. Oh, my wife cheated because I was not man enough. I was not doing it. Yes, there are plenty of excuses. Forgive yourself first. And then learn to forgive the person. Especially when he's remorseful. And if he's not, then move on and take care of you. Self-care, self-management is key. Be yourself. And I tell women this. Men sometimes do things to women that you are like 100% liability. There's nothing to you. There's no excitement. I used to be a domestic goddess. People still call me that. I don't call myself a sit-at-home mom, because I don't sit at home doing nothing. I'm doing something. So I found a good title for myself. I'm a domestic goddess. And what do you do when I tell people? I say I make things happen for my family and for others. And I gave it a meaning. When my son used to come then from school, he was like, Daddy has an office, you don't have an office. He will meet me at home. It was a message to my brain to say, Bridget, see finish, don't enter this matter. Sorry, I'm speaking pidgin English. When he's coming, before they land with the school bus, I'm out of that house. When I come, like, Mommy, we didn't see you. I say, really? How are you? You know, where did you go to? I had somewhere to go to. I started going for courses, going for training. I started improving myself. I started putting myself in a place where you don't just come and like, who is she? And then you dress well, you look good, smell good. I dress for myself. But at the same time, let the man come. You go out in the morning, he's seeing you like a scarecrow with your nightgown, mouth smelling and everything. You are a housewife. He comes back in the evening, you are worse. On top of the nightgown, you've worn a t-shirt. You are still wearing nightgown, entire wrapper on top, looking like a witch. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, I'm not putting that as an excuse, but I'm saying, at the end of the day, perception. People want to see good things, look good, smell good, make the home inviting, do what you can, let communication be free. For that particular lady, sorry, he went to marry somebody else. You need to let go, take care of your child. And if he's responsible enough to say, this is my child, I'll pay bills, fine. If he's not, your life should not be on hold. A man that will value you for you will come. But the same thing boils down to, please don't keep spreading yourself thin. Try and hold yourself and respect your body and respect yourself, so that at the end of the day, any man coming around you will value you for you and not just your body.
All right, lots of messages here. I said, let me take one. It says, good morning, my husband is very religious. Okay, I'll try and take that one. Always attending videos, but see his charts, pornography, and he starts stating the styles he likes and all of that, and he's supposed to be a religious guy, and the woman has a problem with that.
Let him talk.
Well,
and then
he's a guy, he's a religious guy. He loves styles, pornography, you understand? You know, like I said, the issue of sex is not about religion.